comfortable seat, propped up if you want. And if you feel that your hips are feeling tight, your spine wants to round, maybe putting pillows or yoga blocks under the knees might help support and bring you a little more comfort in this position. Otherwise, just relax as you are. I'd like you just to rest your hands down on your knees, palms facing down, and close your eyes. And we'll just start out here finding some stillness, tuning into the breath. So really allow yourself, once your eyes are closed, to allow your attention to draw inward. So pulling away from any external distractions or sounds. See if you can pull your attention away from any thoughts that are going on in your mind. And start to just tune into your breath and just at your own breath pattern for a few rounds, just observing your own inhale and exhale. So just drawing into this present moment, getting in tune and in touch with our bodies. And again, trying to find a little more stillness and focus for the mind right here and now. And then we'll start to deepen the breath together. Let's take a nice big breath in through the nose. And as you draw that breath up the body, just really open up, fill up the lungs, the diaphragm. Let's take a sigh of the breath out of the mouth. Just deeply relaxing here. And again, a nice slow breath in the nose, pulling the breath up the body, starting to expand and open up through the lungs. And a very slow exhale out of the mouth, just releasing any tension or stress. Let's do one more like that. Slow breath in. Exhaling out of the mouth. Now keeping the breath in and out of the nose, take a same slow breath in the nose here, feeling that movement rise up the body. And now breathing out of the nose to feel that breath move all the way back down through the body, even down into your seat. And we'll keep this going for a few rounds. As you inhale, pulling the breath up the body, feeling a gentle lightness rising through the body. And as you exhale, feeling the breath move back down, again, releasing from any tension or stress. And just keep that going. Each inhale, feel as if you're drawing lightness up the body. And each exhale, feeling more relaxation, releasing of any tension. Let's keep that going for a few more rounds here. Just practice keeping your attention on your breath. Eyes closed and focused inward. And that you are just drawing yourself right here and now to this moment, connecting to the breath, connecting to your body, letting go of everything else. And just focus on about 3 more rounds of this very slow breath pattern. Inhaling light. Exhaling to deep relaxation and release, releasing tension. Make this your last round. Good, and then go ahead and open up your eyes again. And you're welcome to now stay on your cushions if that's comfortable, or come off the cushion at any point as we begin to move our upper body a little bit here. So bring the arms open so the fingertips are touching the ground by the sides of the body, still lifted through the spine and the chest. As you inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead, slowly bringing the palms to touch, keeping shoulders relaxed. And as you exhale, take a bend to the right, placing the right hand to meet the ground, and then reaching the left arm across your body. Try to keep the left hip grounded into your cushion or the ground, and then continue to stretch the top arm across. Begin to soften through the right elbow, the right shoulder, and allowing the right ear to drop towards right shoulder, feeling a bit of a stretch in the left side of the neck. Eyes can be open or closed here, and just focusing on those long, deep breaths. Again, with each inhale, you're feeling that you're opening the body, creating space, and each exhale, feeling a gentle release and deepening into the posture. Any tension, any discomfort dissolving. Let's do one more breath here. And then pushing off that right hand as you inhale, bring both arms back up, lifting tall through the side bodies. And then exhale, bend to the left. Place your left hand to the ground. Reach the right arm across into a side bend, keeping that right sit bone grounded. Then begin to soften your body, letting the left ear drop towards the left shoulder, softening the left shoulder and elbow. Breathing deeply into this space you're creating in the right side body. Keep practicing a steady rhythmic flow of your breath. Do one more deep breath here. And pushing off that left hand as you inhale, bring both arms back up nice and tall. As you exhale, we're going to bring the arms all the way behind the body now, interlacing the fingers together. And if this feels uncomfortable or like too much, if you have something to use as a strap, you could grab that instead of interlacing the hands together. And start to pull the hands or your strap gently away from the low back, any amount, without straining or forcing. And pulling the shoulder blades together, lifting up through the chest. As we hold that stretch to the chest and the shoulder area, let's draw the chin right down into the chest and bring another stretch into the back and the sides of the neck here. Slow breathing, keeping the jaw relaxed, the eyes soft, and a steady focus. Eyes can be closed or open. Now let's gently pull the left ear toward the left shoulder, keeping the chin tucked down, feeling a little more into the right side of the neck. Still breathing, still staying relaxed within the stretch without causing any additional strain or tension. So one more breath here. And slowly shifting to the other side, bringing right ear to right shoulder now, feeling that stretch in the left side of the neck, still holding the arms away from the body, possibly increasing that stretch as well. As you feel the body opens more, maybe moving towards more depth within the pose, but again, without ever overdoing anything. Just one more breath over here. Bring your head back to neutral, lifting the head up, and then gently release the arms, bringing the hands back down to the knees. Soften through the shoulders. Stay tall through the spine, and let's inhale, bringing the shoulders up to the ears. As you exhale, move the shoulders back and down. Two more like that. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, back and down. And just one more, same direction. And now let's move in the opposite direction. Inhaling up, exhaling forward and down. Two more like that. Just moving together, body and breath. Good. Sitting up tall again, feeling the relaxation of the shoulders. Let's draw the chin into chest and begin rolling the head around to the right. Full head rolls here. Unless that bothered your neck, you could do just a half circle or side to side motion if you like. Soft, slow breath with the movement of the head here. And it's helping to release any additional tension in the neck and the shoulder area. Let's do one more in this direction. And then go ahead and move in the opposite direction. Finishing this last circle and then coming up back to a tall spine. Really feel the lift of the spine all the way from your seat and all the way up the crown of the head. Feel the lift of the chest, relaxation of the shoulders. Let's just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Moving into our first posture here. Come off of your cushion now if you are on one. Have all your props still close and handy. We're going to bring the feet together in front into a seated butterfly. Now, if your knees are fairly high or you're feeling a lot of tension in the inner hips, then go ahead and move the feet farther forward. And you could even put a pillow under each knee if that gives you more comfort in the hip area here. Once you have that position, the hands can grab wherever they meet your legs, starting with the breath in to lift up through the chest and the spine. And then as you exhale, using the arms to gently pull the body forward here, till you feel a stretch into the low back and possibly the hips as well. The elbows might gently press on the knees if you want to feel a little more intensity here, but not necessary. Relax your neck, soften your jaw, and just breathe deeply. If you want to go further into this pose, if the body allows, you can walk the hands farther forward in front of you. If you feel that you want any type of support here, you can use any pillows or cushions that might go underneath the chest, the arms, or the head. Otherwise, you can just stay as you are. Just use the breath to help relax the body. Allow the body to soften into this pose, releasing tension. See if you can come back to those nice deep breaths in equal length to your inhale and your exhale. Each inhale feeling that the body is opening more, and each exhale the body is softening and releasing. Maybe close your eyes to help keep the mind turned off and the attention inward. We'll stay here just a bit longer, so keep the breath flowing. When we hold the postures longer, we allow our body time to really open up, to move past that barrier, the resistance point, to come to that place of softening so that we can possibly find a little more range or a little more comfort. One more deep breath here. And then slowly lift your body back up. Good. We're going to gently pull the knees together like you're closing a book. Separate the feet a little wider than the knees. Rest your hands behind you, and then just begin a little windshield wiper motion. The knees are falling together. The feet are wider. This helps to release those inner hips here, bringing a little movement into the low back as well. We're going to come back up to this butterfly position. So the soles of the feet are together. And I'd like you just to open the right leg a little angle to the right, not a wide position at all. You can always adjust this angle depending on how the stretch feels once we're in. Now the left foot can stay exactly as it is or come closer to touch the inner right thigh if that's okay for your knee. If you want a little support under the knee, you can put a pillow there or a yoga block. Sitting up tall through the spine, we're just going to rotate our body towards our right leg, finding a little bit of a twist here through the spine, and then begin to walk the hands forward, pulling your body towards your right leg, as much as you can, rotating your chest towards the right leg. Now, if you can grab onto your foot or your ankle or shin, you can do so. If you've got a strap you're using, you might place that strap on the right foot and utilize the strap to help pull the body towards the leg a bit more. You could also take a little bend to that right knee if it helps you deepen the stretch into the spine. Allow the neck to relax so that the chin is coming towards the chest a bit. This helps to stimulate our throat a little bit, our thyroid. And then just actively breathing here, feeling this stretch wherever you're feeling it in your body and directing your breath to those areas. Try to breathe as fully as you can here, using the exhales to soften, to let go. Let's try 3 more deep breaths here. Notice if you're holding on to tension. If you feel like you're resisting, can you let go? Soften into the pose. And then slowly lift your body back up. Extend the left leg out to the side now. And you can give that left knee a little shake if you're feeling a little pressure there or discomfort. And then we'll switch to the other side by bending the right knee. You can pull the left foot into a comfortable place, or maybe, your right foot in, bend your right knee. You can bring that right foot into a comfortable place, or maybe touch the inner left thigh. Again, a pillow could go under that right knee if that gives you more comfort there. Then we place a hand on either side of the left leg, finding a bit of a rotation, feeling a little twist into the spine, and then walk the hands forward. So you're bringing your chest towards the left leg there. Again, you can utilize a strap to grab onto the foot. Maybe bending the knee might help you grab on a little better or deepen the stretch. And then allowing the neck to relax, the chin to fall into the chest. And then just focusing on your breath here. And wherever you're feeling a stretch, a discomfort, that you're directing the exhales to that part of your body, those parts of your body, to help soften and let go. Notice your jaw. Notice any areas you might be holding on to tension. See if you can relax more. About 3 more deep breaths here. And then slowly lift your body back up. Again, straighten out that right leg and give the knee a little shake out here as well to relieve the knee from any pressure you're feeling. Right from here, we're just going to open the legs as wide as you can till you're feeling a stretch in the inner thighs and hips here. We'll move right into this dragonfly stretch. Again, bending the knees might give you a little more comfort or allow you to come forward more. So if you're bending the knees, you might want to put little support there to relax into the bend. Otherwise, you can stay straight. And then begin to walk the hands forward any amount that your body allows. It's not necessary to go low if you're already feeling a stretch. If you're able to, just find that depth for you. You can grab any pillows, cushions, or blocks that could support your upper body here as well to bring the body to upper body to a more comfortable place. Relax the neck, relax the jaw, and just focus the breath into where you're feeling it in your body again. Steady, rhythmic breath, matching the inhales and exhales here. Especially if you're feeling a lot or if it's uncomfortable, just focus on breathing, using that breath to help the body relax. Notice what happens to your mind too when you're still. Does it go off in thought activity? See if you can stay with your attention on the breath, creating a meditative experience here. Just a few more breaths. Stay with it. Let the body open up here.
You bring us from the shadows dark confines into the infinite light of the One. In each and every heart, your song is sung.
And then slowly lift your body back up. We're going to come back to that little windshield wiper action. So bringing the legs to a closer V, place the hands behind and then bend the knees, letting the knees fall together with feet wide, and then a little shift side to side here. Again, releasing the inner hips, little movement into the back. All right, let's come around now onto hands and knees into a tabletop position. If you have any knee tenderness when you're on your knees, you could put a towel, a blanket, or a pillow underneath your knees for more comfort there. Bringing the hands directly underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips here, then create a long spine by gazing down at the mat, feeling the length through the spine, through the neck, and out the crown of the head. Feel a little pressure of pressing down through the arms and pulling the chest in, just to feel that strength and support of the arms. Begin to move our spine a bit here. So as you inhale, cow pose, lift your chest, let the belly drop, the low back sway as you tilt the tailbone up. And then as you exhale, cat pose, curl and round by tucking the navel, tucking the chin, and tucking the tail. We're going to move through these a few times with breath. Inhale, dropping the belly again, lifting the chest. And exhale, curling and rounding, feeling that deep round to the upper back. Continue here at your own pace with your breath. Nice deep breaths matching your movements. And feeling this mobility we're creating into the spine, chest. Even a bit of expansion and contraction into the navel. I'd like you to take 3 more rounds here. See if you can increase the range of movement each repetition. And just make this your last round. Coming back to a neutral spine. Let's open up the right arm to the ceiling now. If this is a lot for your shoulders, you can keep the right hand to the hip and then see if you can just find a little twist there, opening up the right shoulder and the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, thread the top arm underneath your body so you rest down on the right shoulder and the right side of the head. Thread the needle here. Now your left hand can stay exactly where it's at, gently pressing into the ground to see if you can deepen that rotation of the chest towards the ceiling. You might try reaching your left arm up to the ceiling, bending the elbow and wrapping your arm around your spine so that left hand might reach towards the outer right hip. And then breathe deeply wherever you're at here. Feeling this into the shoulders and the spine. Nice deep breaths. And we're trying to open up the left shoulder to the ceiling, open up the chest towards the ceiling. And just one more breath here. If the left arm is up, bring it back down to the ground. Using that left hand, open the right arm back to the ceiling or the hip. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, release the right hand back to the ground. We'll switch this out. So either open left arm to the ceiling or your left hand can stay on the hip, but trying to open up the chest here. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, thread the left arm underneath your body, rest down onto the left shoulder and the side of the head. Now again, you can stay right here, but trying to open up that right shoulder and chest towards the ceiling. Or maybe reach the right arm up and wrap it around your back into this half bind, increasing that way. Again, we never want to force to a point of discomfort, just to a place where we're feeling a nice stretch and opening. Making sure you can still breathe deeply in your body. And one more breath here. If the right arm is up, bring it back to the ground. Using that right hand to open the left arm back to the ceiling with a deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the hand back down. We're going to move into our puppy dog, Anahatasana. Keeping the hips where they're at, walk the arms forward. Bring your chest and forehead towards the ground. If the forehead can meet the ground, just bring it there. If that's too intense, you might just take a slight bend of the elbows, keeping the chest slightly propped up. You could always put a pillow underneath your head for support. Then just bringing this deep opening and softening into the chest, the shoulders, the upper spine. Stay relaxed through the neck and the jaw and just breathe deeply here. This posture known as Anahatasana or heart opening pose. So just feel that opening you're creating into your space, the heart space and all the muscles and area around the heart. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Let the body open up, relax. And then bring your body back up, sliding the hands back underneath the shoulders so you're into your tabletop again. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes under and press into a downward facing dog. So pressing the hips back as far as you can, moving the chest back as well, recreating that opening in the chest and shoulders. And then the heels are driving towards the back of the mat, stretching through the backs of the legs. If needed, you can keep a slight bend to the knees here. Relax the neck and the jaw. And let's just bring a little movement in here. First by bending the right knee and pressing the left heel deeper to the mat. And then switching that out, alternating the legs here, a gentle side to side movement. Breathing with the movements. Just do one more each side. And then equally press both heels back down to the ground. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Let's walk the feet all the way to the hands at the top of the mat, keeping the feet separated about hip distance apart here. Hang into a forward fold with ragdoll. So grabbing the elbows with the hands and just let the upper body hang nice and heavy. Bend the knees any amount. If the body's kind of high or you're feeling strained, if you bend the knees, you might feel a deeper release into spine and more comfort in the body. Let the head and the neck relax completely. Breathe deeply. If you'd like to bring a little sway side to side here, if that feels nice, feel free. Just a few more breaths. We're allowing the blood flow to move into the upper body, stimulating our pineal pituitary gland, creating a calming effect for our nervous system. And then release the arms back down to the mat. Take a deeper bend into the knees. Tuck your chin into your chest and just slowly roll up through your spine, coming up to stand. And once you're standing, let the arms sweep all the way up overhead, bringing the palms to touch overhead. And then you just bring your hands down at the heart center with the palms pressed together and the elbows open nice and wide. Your legs can be apart or together, whatever stance you prefer here. And just for a moment, I'd like you just to feel nice and grounded through the legs and the feet, lifting up through the spine and the chest and out through the crown of the head. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And let's sweep the arms up. Grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. I think my computer might be too close today. So you're grabbing the left wrist with the right hand. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend to the right. So pulling that left arm across your body. So we're feeling a side bend in our standing posture. Try to keep the chest open. Breathe deeply. Equal weight in both legs and feet. Just one more breath here. And then bring the body back up. We'll switch it out. Grab the opposite wrist. Take a deep inhale. And bend over to the left. Gently pulling the top arm across the body. So feeling that stretch all the way into the right side. Keep grounded and rooted into both legs here. Breathe deeply. And just one more breath. And then bring the body back up, separate the hands from each other, and you're going to reach the arms behind and again interlace the fingers together. Now, if you want to utilize a strap, if you've been using that, you can grab that at this point. Start to pull the hands away from the spine again, lift through the chest, pull the shoulders back. Just feel this nice opening to the chest and shoulders. Let's separate the feet again, hip distance apart. If you're not already there, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, move back into the forward fold with this bind. You can bend the knees any amount as you bring the chest towards thighs and the arms back overhead. Relax your neck at the bottom here. And again, if this feels like a lot, you can use a strap. If you don't have that, you can always release the arms back down to the ground in this fold. Take about 3 deep breaths here, maybe a little shake of the head, releasing the neck. You've got that bind, allowing the arms to move overhead. Let's do one more deep breath here. And then slowly release the arms all the way down to the ground. You're going to step the left leg all the way back and come into a deep lunge now. Dropping the left knee down to the ground. And again, if you have any tenderness, you can put any cushion or support under the back knee. Now, if you have cushions or yoga blocks that you want to prop under your hands, utilizing those, you might be able to lift your chest a little more and allow the hips to sink a little deeper here. So sliding that left knee back as far as your body allows. So if you want to prop up on blocks, you might be able to lift the chest, or you might rest your forearms or elbows on your right thigh to help lift up the chest and allow the hips to deepen. So your choice. If you want the support, hands can stay down or be on the thigh here. And I'd like you just to stay more relaxed in this posture rather than too active by allowing the hips to continue to soften and deepen. without putting too much activity there. Feel free to close your eyes and just breathe into the sensation you're feeling here. Feeling this deep, deep opening into the front of the left thigh and hip flexor. Stay relaxed in the jaw. Two more deep breaths. And then release your hands back down on the ground if you're not already there. Shift your hips back so they're directly over your back knee. Flex the right toes towards the ceiling and then slide that right leg forward any amount to work towards straightening the right hamstring. Again, some cushions or yoga blocks might come in handy. Lifting the body may feel better here. If you're able to go deeper, you can just walk the arms forward, bringing the chest closer to thigh. Relax the neck and the jaw and just focus on breathing deeply into the right hamstring here. Softening with each exhale, letting the tension dissolve. For these next few breaths, try turning your toes to the right a little bit, letting the whole leg rotate just a bit to the right. So you'll feel it a little more in the outer leg, the IT band. Just be gentle if that's intense and just keep the breath flowing. All right, lift your body back up. Now what we're gonna do is bend the front knee again. We're gonna bring the right knee down to the ground now behind the right wrist. So you're gonna move your knee out at an angle. The right foot is gonna come forward any amount your body allows, and then you're just gonna slide that left leg back as far as your hips allow. So we're getting deeply into the outer right hip. Now, if your hips are kind of far from the ground, you can wedge a pillow under there and just kind of rest down on the pillow. And then walk your arms forward to relax the upper body. You can also use pillows or cushions underneath the upper body or the head as well. Now, if this feels terrible for your knees or hips, you can lie on your back instead in a figure 4, placing the right foot on top of the left thigh and then grabbing underneath the left thigh that way. So again, we're focusing on feeling this stretch in the outer right hip and glute, possibly into the front of the left hip flexor and quad as well. Focusing on those deep, deep breaths, moving through the body, helping to release any tension or discomfort and bring a softening in. Notice any tension in the neck or jaw or anywhere else. Continue to relax and let go. Possibly moving deeper in. Take 3 more nice deep breaths here. And then slowly press yourself back up onto your hands. We're going to tuck the back toes under and then just step right back to a downward facing dog here. So both legs back, hips back, press the chest back. Stretching out the legs. If you want, you can do a little pedal out of the legs just to release the hips a bit. Walk yourself back to the top of the mat into that standing forward fold. Let's rise just halfway up this time. So press against the front of the shins to lengthen out the spine, taking a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, plant the hands down to the mat. And this time we're going to step the right leg back and lower the right knee down to the ground. So coming into that nice deep lunge we did before. You're welcome to keep the hands on the ground or on some blocks here. Once you allow the hips to deepen, see if you can lift the chest. So you could prop your arms up on your thigh if that helps you to lift the chest, if that feels comfortable, or you're welcome to keep the hands down on blocks or the ground. Continue softening into the hips, allowing the right hip flexor and quad to open. Just breathe into your body. Just 2 more deep breaths here. Bring the hands back down if they're not already there. Shift your hips back slowly over the back knee and then flex those left toes up a bit and slide the left heel forward, working towards straightening the left leg. Again, if it feels better, you can be up on blocks, maybe the shin, or walking it forward if the body allows to deepen that way. Soften, relax your neck, your jaw. Focus on deep breaths. Just bringing a softening into the left hamstring. And now these next few breaths, try turning your toes, rotating your leg a bit to the left, if that's okay for you. Feeling the outer leg again, I T-band. Just work within your own range. Continue breathing. All right, lift your body back up. Rebend the front knee, sliding the foot back. Now we're going to tuck the foot under so you can drop the left knee to the ground. Move your left knee on an angle outward and then slide the right leg back. So we're coming into this pigeon in a yin practice. It's called swan. And moving the hips towards the mat. And once you find your range, you can always put a pillow or cushion underneath the left hip to support. And then walk the upper body forward. And you can also have support underneath the arms, chest, or head here. This side might not feel good. You could always lie on your back in a figure 4. Feeling the stretch in the outer left hip and glute. And just continue to relax and let go. Let go of tension, let go of resisting. Focus on your breath. About 3 more deep breaths here. Can you relax any more? And then lift your body back up, pressing through the arms. You'll tuck those back toes under and then slowly press yourself back to downward facing dog. Stretch out the legs again. Stretch out through the spine. If it feels good, you can pedal out the legs a few times. Let's drop down to the hands and knees. Come down to a seat on the mat and scoot your feet all the way to the top of the mat. Let's take a little bend to the knees and then just slowly roll down onto your back. And once you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Either wrap onto the tops of the shins or grab under the thighs, pulling the knees towards the chest, but keeping that low back down, the head and the shoulders down. And then just take some little rocks side to side and feeling a massage into the low back. Breathing here. And then come back to neutral. The knees stay over the chest. Open the arms out wide, pressing the palms down into the ground, making a T shape. Let's drop the knees to the left and come into a twist. Now, if the knees don't meet the ground or if it feels like too much in the spine, you can put a pillow underneath your bottom leg, keeping the knees just a little away from the ground. Let the right shoulder relax completely. Maybe even let the head turn towards the right shoulder. Close your eyes and just focus on soft, soothing breaths here as we gently open up the spine. Also creating a gentle internal detox for our body. Slow, fluid breath. If you feel like you want to increase this, you can take your left hand on top of the right knee, give some pressure down, pulling the knee down towards the ground more, and then working the right shoulder opposite. Only if you want to feel more intensity. Take one more deep breath here. And then slowly come out of the twist, bringing both knees back up to the ceiling and move to the other side. Both knees will fall to the right this time. Again, feel free to put a cushion underneath the knees for a little extra support. Soften the left shoulder towards the ground. The head could fall left as well if that's comfortable. Let your eyes close and soften, drawing the attention in. Just focusing on a steady, fluid breath movement into the spine, moving deeper in the body. If you want to increase this for the last few breaths, you can use your right hand to press on the left knee while working the left shoulder closer to the ground as well. And one more breath here. And then slowly come out of your twist, pulling the knees back up towards the ceiling. Grabbing onto both knees again or the backs of the thighs. Just give yourself a couple more little rocks side to side, massaging out the low back again. And now wrap the arms tighter around the legs, pulling your body into a little ball. So bring the forehead up to the knees as well. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, open up into a Shavasana. Straighten the legs all the way down to the mat, top of the mat. Let the arms fall by the sides of the body and the palms face up. Let your legs separate a bit, maybe even as wide as your mat. If you're feeling any low back tenderness, you could put pillows underneath your knees and offer support. If you like to be propped up in the upper body, you could lay on a pillow underneath the upper back and head. And allowing the body just to come to in a deep place of stillness and relaxation. Eyes soften, the attention draws in, bringing your awareness back to your breath. Allowing the breath to slow down and soften now. And again, as you inhale, you're feeling peace and light coming into the body. And as you exhale, feeling a release of any tension or stress falling into the earth. Very soft, slow breath pattern. Invoking peace and light and releasing any tension or stress. Allow yourself to just be right here, right now, free from anything else. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring a gentle reawakening back into your body, back into your mind. Bring some movements back to the fingers and the toes, into your ankles and wrists. And softly move your head side to side. And then stretch your body out into a full body stretch. Arms overhead, legs reach long. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bend your knees and roll onto one side. Curl your body into a fetal pose. Rest your head on your bottom arm, bringing the knees towards the chest. And just take a little pause just to feel how you feel from the practice this evening. And see if you can maintain what you're feeling as you move off of your mat and through the rest of your evening. Keeping the eyes closed, press yourself back up to a seat. Comfortable seat for you. And join your hands together at your heart. Feel that lift of the spine, relaxation through the shoulders. Together, let's take a deep breath through the nose and a sigh out of the mouth. Draw your hands to meet between the eyes of the third eye. And let's honor this practice. Let's honor each other by bowing forward. Namaste. All right. Thanks for joining.